let's try something a little different. Instead of how-to videos, I thought it'd be cool to document my journey as I learn how to weld, so I could look back and see if I've actually improved. So I've been wanting to learn how to weld for as long as I could remember, but never actually got around to doing it. So this year I decided to take a leap and do it. I signed up for a TIG class at the local community college. The first week was mainly safety and orientation, not a whole lot of information on welding, and no time under the torch. The second week, things started to pick up a little bit, and we learned about the basic machine settings and actually got a weld. This next section is mainly for myself, but it's just kind of an overview of what I learned in week 2. The checklist I have for my machine settings in this class are negative polarity, because we're working with tungsten, making sure TIG is selected and not some other process, selecting remote bypass because we'll be using a foot pedal, ensuring the start, in this case for DC, is set to high frequency. This is going to allow the torch to arc without having to touch the metal. Setting the post flow for our shielding gas. Our rule of thumb is 1 second per 10 amps. In this particular case, we are using 60 amps, so we've set our post flow to 6 seconds. Finally, we set the flow meter for our shielding gas, and that is 10 CFH. Now we're ready to weld. This first week was mainly getting comfortable with the equipment. We were only using our torch hand. In my case, I am right-handed, so I use my left hand to hold the torch. The task described to us was laying down a bead and trying to be consistent with that. I remember the first time I hit the pedal, I had no idea what was going to happen. Over the course of 4 hours, everything started to slow down and become a little more digestible. I saw the puddle that everybody talked about. I saw how moving the torch would draw the puddle towards you and shrink the puddle size. If you didn't wait for the puddle to grow back to its normal size, you'd have really thin beads. Or if you waited too long, the puddle would get too big. At the end of 4 hours, I realized my entire body was sore. My hands, my fingers, my shoulders. Hopefully this will get a little more comfortable as I progress. Overall, I'm pretty happy. I had a few decent looking beads and everything looked generally consistent. Next week we will add filler.